Sean Payton has been very positive about Bo so far. He said it's like watching a good golfer.
Is that positive? You know, I want my guys to be saying it's like watching Tom Brady. It's like watching Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, no. But again, he said he's very patient, good decisions with each play, like very calculated player.
I'm saying, wouldn't you rather Sean Payton be comparing him to a football player? Who cares how good JJ McCarthy is at golf?
I'm not a Sean Payton.
Or how good Bo Nix is at golf.
So I know I would rather, you'd rather see him come out and be like, oh, you know, Bo's throwing it all over the place, looks amazing. But they're not at that point yet in training camp again. This is shorter throws, nothing too crazy. Footwork, cadence, that's what you're working on right now. But one thing that's really interesting, and I was reading Joel Klatt was breaking down the fit of Sean Payton to Sean Payton with Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. And he was just saying, you know, in Sean Payton's offense, you have a lot of plays where you have 5 offensive linemen, and they're the sole blockers on the play. You're sending out 5 people immediately on receiving routes. And in some ways, you know, that while you don't have the extra protection, the quarterback's mind then takes on the role of protecting himself. Where if you have a quarterback who is a quick processor and makes the right decisions, that speed with which that they're getting the ball out of their hands becomes almost a protection mechanism for them. Where, all right, you send a 6 pass rusher, boom, we're replacing that pass rusher with the ball and a completion. And Bo Nix, that's what everyone talked about coming into the draft with him, was he might be the best processor of all the quarterbacks, of all the rookie quarterbacks coming in. So now Sean Payton, think about the success he had with Drew Brees doing those sorts of things. That's why Denver fell in love with him. That's why you have a fit there. Snap, identify, boom, completion. And with Russell Wilson, Russ is more of a guy who's running around trying to make plays. He's launching it downfield. We always talk about the deep ball with Russell Wilson. That doesn't really mesh with who Sean Payton wants to be, how he wants the offense to look. But with Bo Nix, it does. You know, 75% completion percentage in Oregon, 77.4% last year. For Denver, it's going to be a lot of strategy, and you're going up against the defensive coordinators who are going to be disguising things. It'll be fun to watch the chess match that the Broncos will be next year. But the fit with Sean Payton and Bo Nix seems to be one that's very good, and so far off to a good start, even though some people felt that Bo was an overdraft.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to know why they took Bo Nix so early, look no farther than the Jared Goff contract, right? 4 years, $212 million, $170 guaranteed. Quarterbacks are expensive. Even I'm not taking a stand on how good Jared Goff is, but he's not like one of the top couple quarterbacks in the league. Quarterbacks just are expensive. And if Bo Nix can give you above average quarterback play, he's worth that pick. So I can see how you talk yourself into saying, look, you know, he fits into the Sean Payton system. He's a great processor. People have been saying out of camp that his deeper balls have been pretty good. And indeed, we saw at Oregon when he threw deep, he was generally pretty good. You could argue that they're a strength, really, and not a weakness. But I don't know. I'm excited to see what he does in Denver. I'm excited to see what he does with Troy Franklin. You know, I always love, if you can get him at a good price, drafting your college quarterback's favorite weapon, a guy that they have great chemistry with and really get along with, make him feel more comfortable, give him a guy they can go to. He fell really far for reasons that aren't totally obvious. Besides that, the worst combine I've ever seen from a wide receiver. But other than that, no, I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense. And you can say, look, Bo Nix doesn't have the same upside as some of the guys taken before him. And that's true. That's why he was the 6th quarterback in this class. But again, if he gives you above average quarterback play, and the hope is with the best coach system fit, I think, of any quarterback in the draft, that he can do that, there's possibility here for a lot. And he's going to have a chance to do it very quickly, because I do not see Zach Wilson fitting into that system.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Jarrett Stidham is any good.
No. When we're talking about, again, which quarterbacks will play immediately, which will not, I see Caleb, Jaden, Bo Nix playing immediately. And then you're going to have Penix, JJ McCarthy, and Drake May, who are probably not starting week 1. But Bo Nix, that's one great thing for Bo, is that, yes, he's arguably the most pro-ready quarterback in some people's eyes to play immediately. And then on top of that, he's in a situation where he's not competing with anybody. There's no one at all. I think.
Yeah, I mean, at least Jaden Daniels has to compete with Mariota. Yeah. I'm not saying there's a lot there, but at least it's an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, there's a better chance Marcus Mariota is starting week 1 for the Commanders than you have one of these guys in Denver. I'll say that. I don't care where they rank on the depth chart right now. They're not rolling Zach Wilson out to start this season. It will be Bo Nix. And there's There's plenty of reason to be excited for that if you're a Broncos fan. But at the same time, if I'm a Denver fan, I'm excited. But I like having those guys with the unlimited ceilings because I'm a gambler. Like, yeah, I'd rather go all in on something that could be huge. And I just don't see Bo Nix being anything more than a good quarterback potentially. But like you said, you take that. Like in the NFL, you take good. And because good can sometimes be great. And that's all you really need.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Broncos, right? The last time they were in the playoffs, they won the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah.
Now I get that that's great, but that was almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
Like this team wants people who can compete. Sean Payton sure wants to compete. And frankly, like doing well in the division, being competitive in the playoffs in the next year or two with all of the pieces that you have in Denver, because there are some good pieces. That would be a huge win.
I mean, we got into this argument with Jack, and you always wonder where the show can go when you have Jack on. But we got into the argument of, Sean Payton. I really felt like last year he had a strong print on the Broncos improving and playing.
My coach of the year pick.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the season?
No.
Okay.
He improved. The team did improve a lot around.
Oh no, I thought they were so much better than they were under Hackett, and that had a lot to do with Sean Payton. And now that he has a guy that he believes in, and I believe that the Broncos had Nix as one of their higher rated quarterbacks on the board. I can't remember where, the Falcons had Penix at 2. I'm not sure if that's where the Broncos had Bo Nix, but they believed in this guy. Like they liked him more than McCarthy. They liked him more than Penix as well. That we do know. And they're in a spot where they have their guy. And at the end of the day, I can't criticize that too much because if you have your guy, you got to go after him. That's the way we feel about it, at least. So there you have it. Yeah, I know. I said we. I was going to say at least I. There you have it. The 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round are all looking pretty good so far at training camp. They all gushing reviews. Great guys. That's what we know about all of them.
Well, not all gushing reviews. As we saw, Drake May.
Mostly
who knows?
Reviews. Gerard Mayo was still very complimentary of Drake May's process. But yeah, they'll all get to the point where if you had to bet right now, you think all of them play outside of Michael Penix in 2024?
Probably,
right? I mean,
and I think there's a non-zero chance Penix plays.
Yeah,
too.
I guess I can't ask that question unless if it includes Penix, because you have to think McCarthy will get in at some point.
I think all of them will play a game this season. Every single one of them.
That's it's gonna be a lot of fun watching 6 guys come in. I can't, six new rookie quarterbacks, potential franchise guys is a lot coming into a season. We're gonna have so many breakout videos over the next few months, tracking these dudes, and you still have Anthony Richardson to some degree, to some sense.
No, I mean he's basically a new guy. Honestly, Anthony Richardson, sleeper MVP,
the 7th. Oh wow, really?
If you talk about guys outside of like the top 10, I think he's the one who has a chance of winning MVP.
The 7th rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson. Yeah, I can't wait to watch.
But no, it's going to be an exciting season. There were cycles in the NFL, right? Like there were a few years where it felt like a couple teams were changing quarterbacks, but not a whole lot. Between last year and this year, there's a real changing of the guard coming in the NFL. And we'll see, as we said at the beginning of the draft, right? Probably 4 of these guys will suck. And 2 of them will be any good, but you don't know who it is until they start playing the games.